Not as full, or it was full, but I read very quickly today.
You're just on it today.
I'm ready to get moving. You know,
I get that. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's a good day to get moving. No, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
How was your week?
It's been good. How's your week been?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you wrote a blog.
I wrote a blog. Yes, I wrote a blog every week, which is great. And I wrote one this week about a float trip that I went on last weekend, which was very fun.
I could never have thought of you as a floater.
Well, I've only done it twice now, so I can't identify as a floater. That seems false, but I will say it was a really good time, so I really enjoyed it.
So are you an outdoors person?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like going on hikes and that kind of thing whenever I can, so I like this kind of thing, spending time outside, and being on the river is just beautiful, beautiful. So it was a fun weekend. We spent a whole day on the river and spent a couple of nights up at a cabin, or I guess down at a cabin down in Riverbend, Missouri. And we had a nice time.
Bourbon, Missouri.
Right. It's
To
far
sell
away.
whiskey there?
I don't know. We didn't get to discover. We certainly had some, I'll say. That's the other weird thing about a float trip is, I know you've never been on one, but you know how it is, right? People are drinking the entire time.
Are you trying to tell me something over here, Sydney?
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying, like, that's the culture of a float trip.
Oh,
is
yeah.
People are hardcore drinking. And so it's very harrowing also, I'll say, because you're on a raft, you're floating through the river, and everyone around you is so drunk, like, in the river. And it's so scary.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does safety ever become a concern with some of these drunkards?
Well, I'd say a little bit, but everyone seemed like they were unconcerned. I was the only one who seemed concerned about this, but everybody else in the river was just having a great time. You're going down a raft, you inevitably run into other rafts or into people who are floating and that kind of thing, and you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and they say, "It's fine, it's a float trip," and you say, "Okay, that's fine, sounds good."
So you glamped.
We glamped. We went to a cabin down in the woods as opposed to tent camping, which
Yeah.
is better. So
I'm not a bug guy, so
No.
I wouldn't last. I don't think like any hike, I'm good for about 5 minutes until the first wasp is hitting me, and then I'm done. Like I'm
and
ready to
that's
go
so
home.
fair.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That's completely fair. That's the worst part about this kind of thing is just the mosquito bites that I had for the couple of days afterwards. was just a
Skeeto
pain.
Pell. We could have gotten
Yeah.
you some Skeeto Pell, the
Should've
all-natural
prepared.
bug repellent, sketopel.com. I'll bill them later.
I know. I should have been prepared. You're right for that. But yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. So, were you expecting much out of this float trip?
I was expecting to have fun, right? So doing it before,
Fair.
I had like that was my base requirement, as I was expecting a good time on this vacation. So yeah, I've done this once before, which was very fun before, and I expected this to be kind of similar, of just floating down the river, having a good time. And I will say we had that. We had a really nice time, though we did by the end of it have some of our patience wearing thin. Just toward the end. Well, you're on the river for 5 hours, right? So that's kind of a long time.
Each day?
Yeah, well, I only floated one day. So to clarify, I only floated on Saturday. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So the other days
That's fair.
we just were down there. But
I feel like I'm being lied to, but that's fine.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. You can only manage so much, man. You can only do so much. So we were on the river for 5 hours, which is like not super
That's
long,
a
but
long
it is
time.
a long time.
It
Yeah.
is.
And so I was very lucky. My friends are pretty good-natured people, generally speaking, and so we had like pretty good moods throughout the entire time. But by hour like 4.5, we were kind of done, right? Like,
Yeah.
as the sunburn was hitting, we were gritty with sunscreen, grumpy with fatigue. Like, ready to be
That's a
done.
song.
Thank you so much.
That is a song.
Thank you.
I like it.
So we were ready to be done. So when we landed, I think we were all pretty happy about that.
So I'm looking here. I'm trying to figure out how the weekend. So you get to the cabin Friday evening.
Right.
Okay. So where's your starting point on this float?
Okay, so we get to the cabin Friday evening. We watch a horror movie, which is terrifying. Not a fan.
Great catch on that extra R.
There, thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Ooh, it's a nerve-wracking
It is
business you're
always
in.
nerve-wracking,
So we do that. Terrifying, not a fan. Feels like we're in a summer camp. Horrifying, slasher, movie. So
What
it's
movie?
fine. We watched Pearl, which actually isn't as terrible as like some of them.
Never.
but
Is it new?
I don't know. It's part of a series, and the last one is coming out later this year. So I think people are pretty excited about it. But it's like a serial killer kind of one. So it's a good one. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it a lot. But for anybody out there who enjoys those slasher ones, good for you. I can't.
This is a newer movie, 2022, and it's a prequel to T. West's X.
Yes, I did know that. And so they're having at the end.
I guessed that was pretty nerve-wracking for me.
I don't know. You could say anything, and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. That's fair.
So the third one's coming out later sometime this year,
cool.
and so we were watching to get prepared for that. And I will say though, watching I'm just not a fan of those like slasher movies. It's just not for me, and especially when you're in a cabin in the woods and isolated, it just isn't for me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that was our Friday night. And then on Saturday morning, it was me and 7 other people, which is a lot of people.
That's already a no for me.
Yeah, right. Like it's already kind of overwhelming.
Yeah,
so
too much.
Imagine 8 people in a tiny cabin trying to pack for this float trip. So imagine you got
I'd be in jail.
It was close. It was close. But you make your sandwiches, you pack your drinks, you get everything ready, and then of course the sunscreen time to apply that and be ready to go.
Question for you on this. Are you a sunscreen with tanning ocean, like in the mix, or are you a straight SPF 50? Because
I'm a straight SPF 50 personally.
Are you really?
What about you?
I like the little bit of tan juice in there
Yeah.
because these lights are not my friend.
That's fair enough.
So any help I can get, I will take, you know?
Well, I figure that when I'm going to get on the river anyway, I figure I'm going to get burned no matter what.
You are,
So,
yeah.
And then I did. So I figure one way or another, I'll just let it happen.
So how did the process go to prepare for the actual float?
Right. Well, basically by the end of this, we had 8 people and 3 coolers. So that's a lot already. We go out. How this works is you go out to the middle of nowhere in Missouri, and you get on a bus, and they take you out to, and it's not air conditioned. No one showered the night before because you just know you're gonna get gross before, so it just smells terrible. I'm just painting a picture for you.
Yeah, thank you.
And so you drive out there on a bus to the part where the float begins.
Okay.
And so you get in your huge raft. At least in my case, it was a huge raft.
Do you pay for the raft?
Yeah, you pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I always just thought people just jumped in the river and I swear this is legitimately how I thought. You just jump in and put a tube down there and you just float for hours.
Some people do, and they seem like they had a really good time. We ran into a few of them. They seemed like they were having a great time.
Okay.
But no, we paid for the raft, so that's the thing too. Like you only do it like once or twice, every now and then, because it gets pricey. But you get in your raft and you just go, and you just get going, and then the current starts taking you, and we have oars, and so we paddle through the river a little bit, and you can also, while you're floating, you can pull off throughout the day onto like sandbars or the shore just to like hang out for a little bit.
Did you guys do?
We did, and
Okay.
that's kind of what stretches it out too, because otherwise you can get through the float like in 2 or 3 hours. But if you pull off and you take it easy, then which is the fun part, but it takes a while. So that's kind of the long-winded, but that's how a float trip kind of goes.
Oh man. Okay, so my favorite quote in this is, "Never in my life have I seen so many drunk people in such a harrowing situation. As we floated down the river, I do get paid. The other river floaters around us seemed to get drunker and drunker, and so did my friends and I. If I were being completely honest." Wonderful line.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love this. So, but what I think's cool though is, was it like second nature for these drunk people? Because to me, you couldn't catch me near water sober because I'm going to slip and fall down.
Absolutely.
I couldn't do the floating trip.
No,
I think I'd have to be
everyone.
inebriated to kind of get through it.
That's fair enough, and you wouldn't be alone. A lot of people are that level of drunk. But no, everybody is just loving it and floating through and having a great time. So, and honestly, don't get me wrong, it is a good time once you get going. It's very fun.
Now, how long does it take to get that raft going?
That's the thing too. It really didn't take that long. So we got in.
Okay.
The current, we pulled it out into the river. The current immediately starts taking it. You jump into the raft, and then what happened is we immediately ran into a tree. So, in the river, and then in doing so, In doing so, we lost one of our oars, and so that was
You have to pay
unfortunate.
for it? Did you have to pay for it?
We just kind of.
I am reporting. I am reporting to these people that an oar is missing.
We just kind of pulled it back up and kept going. So yeah.
The river was high and fast, and we had limited control of our raft with our 3 oars, steered around the other floaters and boaters as best as we could, but inevitably collided.
Inevitably.
I couldn't run for president. I'm starting to realize this now.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
And it inevitably collided. Okay, but so take me through the collision. Was that kind of scary?
Well, you just feel bad. You feel bad that you're gonna run over, and especially because again, we're 8 people. We're in like the biggest raft that you can get, and so
What
huge.
is the raft? I keep imagining a wooden raft like Huckleberry Finn.
No, I like what you're going for. No, it's kind of imagine like, have you ever been on a ride at Six Flags, like the Thunder River ride?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's not a circle. It just is huge and inflatable, basically. So we imagine that we're going on this raft, and it's inevitable that we're going to hit people, and you just feel terrible that you're going to run them over, especially like the kayakers and the people who are like in smaller tubes and stuff like that. I apologize.
See, I feel like that's where you just mow them down. You know, if you're going to be in a little kayak when you got rafts all around you, just
Well, those
knock 'em over.
kayakers, they're fast.
Are
they
they
just
really?
sped through. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Now,
It
who was
looks
the
fun.
most annoying? Who was like the Missouri driver of the river?
I'll be honest with you. You know who it was? It was people who were just in like individual tubes.
That's what I'm getting
It
at.
was
Okay,
very
yeah,
annoying,
mow
yeah.
them down is what
Yeah,
I was getting at.
exactly.
Just go ahead and just keep knocking them out of the way, you know?
They were in the way, and we're just trying our best to steer around them, and inevitably you collide, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and everybody's in a good mood, so they're like, oh, it's fine, but you still feel bad.
Are you if you're watching at home and you have been in this situation, text me.
Please do.
Do you
I'm
run them
curious.
over, or do you just throw something at it? See, I would be the guy that has like one of those vuvuzelas. You ever
Oh, yeah.
remember those? Those brrrr, have one of those horns. I just,
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
I think that'd be something
What's
to
it
go
called?
with.
Say it one
A
more time.
vuvuzela.
Okay, cool.
Hey, you stay there. We'll stay here. It's 9:30. A little bit of change. More of our daily show hits you next, right after I tell you about Grid Solar. We just started a new solar energy segment, and I'm excited about it. We picked those back up in July, and Grid Solar's trusted and true on both sides of the Metro East. And solar's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And those people knock on your door. Have you seen those guys? They're in blue little polo shirts, and they go,
wild.
hey, they start knocking aggressively. I was over taking care of my parents' house, and they wouldn't leave. I said, buddy, we don't want it. They don't want it. They aren't here. I'm here for the week. I don't want it for them. No. Well, I could really help you here. I go, listen, you could help the world, but you aren't going to help
Yeah,
me.
true.
That's just kind of it. At Grid Solar, they're not like that. They just want to talk to you. They just want to educate you. They have really cool design processes where they can give you a free solar design on what your project could look like. What I think's cool, they do those pergolas. What do you call those? Those
I know what you mean. I couldn't tell
pergolas.
what you-
Pergolas.
Okay.
All righty.
No,
here.
that is cool.
Working through it. And you could use your pergola for solar energy, too. There's so many opportunities with Grid Solar. All you got to do is go to gridsolarllc.com and start your journey with Ryan and Jason today and hang out with them starting July 1st.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking
Easy
at
up.
walking on the sidewalk.
9:35. I forgot how headphones
It's been a long week.
work. It really has.
It really has, for some reason. Man.
The Supreme Court has been rocking and rolling. This is breaking news. The Supreme Court has upheld a federal gun ban for those under domestic violence restraining orders. Rightfully so. There you go, 8-1. I want to know who was the lone split on that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to read about that one.
Let's see.
Quick update.
Quick little gander. Yeah, no, it passed 8. They ruled to uphold it 8-1. But it doesn't say who was the lone holdout on this.
Oh, we'll have to circle back, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to circle back to that. But there you go, breaking just about 2 minutes ago. The Supreme Court has upheld that federal gun ban for those under domestic violence restraining orders, which seems like a no-brainer to me. Sydney, back to you. So, you start on the river, okay?
Uh-huh.
Do you ever get in the water?
Yeah, so right away,
Whoa.
you get in the rotor.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on here. No. I can't touch that water.
That's fair enough, because it's kind of gross.
Like brain-eating amoeba water?
Yeah, you gotta not think about it. You gotta just not think about it. You see snakes swimming by.
We probably shouldn't talk about this with our boss on a float trip. I hope you are watching this show today.
Well, you know what? I was trying to explain to somebody what a float trip even is because recently, you know what we forget is we live by these beautiful rivers, and like we can do this kind of thing all the time, but people around here or people not around here, but from other areas in Illinois, or just don't realize that this is a thing. So I was explaining this to people, and I was saying how fun it is, and they just didn't even know what to think of it. So it is a beautiful thing. It's very fun. Not to knock float trips, but yes, the water's disgusting. You got to not think about it too much.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I just couldn't touch the water.
Yeah.
Like if someone brought the raft over to the side of the bay there,
Right.
I could hop in. I'm good to go.
That's fair enough. It's freezing and at first, and then there are also like every now and then you see, this is upsetting, CJ, every now and then you see a snake swim by. I don't like that.
No.
I don't like
Hell
that.
no. I wouldn't touch the water.
I'm not a fan of that.
But I'm also the guy, my uncle has a lake house in Florida, and he jumps on these damn alligators and does cannonballs near them. And they aren't huge.
Yeah.
But to me, a 3-footer is still enough to kill.
No,
you know?
that's terrifying.
But I'm a baby.
I can't do it.
I'm a baby, and I hate cold water too.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
You should have. Where I was in Vegas, the Flamingos pool had to have been 45 degrees.
Oh, no.
It was so cold, and it's like 195 out there. I was the biggest pansy. I was like sprawled out on the rock like a lizard trying to get sun. Oh, it's terrible.
Get warm before you jump in.
I don't think I'd be a good floater.
I don't know. It might not be for you, and that's okay. It's not for everybody.
So, how did you guys prepare rolls?
Rolls, okay, yeah. So we basically in the morning we made breakfast, right? So and then we sat down and we said,
Powwow.
okay, exactly. We're gonna make lunch. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna pack all together. It was mostly the girls packing. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's okay. And then we're gonna get out there. And so we get out on the river, and right away people grab the oars, and that's fine by me because I don't want to row.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not that strong. I know this about myself. I'm just kind of lazy also. I know this about myself. So I just want to lounge and enjoy this float trip. So everybody else grabs an oar and gets going. And right away we get going on the river, and it goes really well for a long time. And they're trading off oars, and everybody's got a pretty good
team
system
atmosphere.
going. I never touched one.
Good for
I didn't
you.
paddle once. And as a result, I took the last shower. But that's okay, because that was fair enough.
That's a fair trade.
It was fair trade, and I'll take it. But I will say that's the best part, CJ, about going on a float trip is taking a shower afterwards and just getting the water.
I don't know if I want to do one of these.
I know.
I don't know if I want to do one of these.
The best part is afterwards you're exhausted, you're hungry, you go back and you take a shower and you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, I feel so much better.
If you want Sydney to promote your next float trip, she's... So I got to ask you, at one point in time, did you start to get you said it earlier, everyone was kind of getting burnt out at hour 4.
Yeah.
But what does that look like? Because you're a nice person. I mean, you aren't like me, because if I become a jerk, I'm a pretty big jerk.
That's nice of you.
You know,
Yes.
you really aren't. So what does an aggravated, annoyed, angry, hangry, burnt up Sydney look like?
The rage just comes out. No, I'm kidding. No, I think everybody was just kind of sleepy and ready to be done. And so what that kind of looked like, everyone tried really hard to stay in a good mood, which is important. And so we were all still pretty good-natured about it, but I think we were all just quiet. And I think that's how it went. We just were quiet going. And at this point, we had been playing music, but our speaker died. And so at this point, we were just writing in silence for a while.
Oh, that's not pro float stuff. You got to
No,
have
it
2
wasn't.
speakers.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. That's better. We should have been prepared.
So, with that being said, when you get done, okay, what's the feeling like when you get to the bus? Is there a waiting time? Like you're done floating, do you got to wait an hour, 45 minutes to get to the darn bus? What's that look like?
Well, it works out really well. So you park your car down by where it's going to end, basically. So then you take the bus to the start, and then you float all the way back to your car. So luckily, whenever you land, you can get back and go as soon as you're ready to go, which is nice. They've got quite the system going on, quite the procedure.
Anyone that knows me knows that I hate making the same trip twice. I definitely am not going to be good for this float trip, City, because I just can't do it. Okay, this is fun though. Okay, so at what point in time did it start not being fun? Was it hour 2?
I think, you know what? No, I was down to go. I was having a good time. Things were going. I think it was about hour 4. That was
So
about
it really
when,
was for you,
It
hour
really
4.
was. Yeah, we were really having a nice time. And then around hour 4 was really when kind of the sunburn and the fatigue and just feeling kind of gross started to sit in. And it's like, I think I'm kind of ready to get back to the cabin.
So I got a question for you. I mean, the sunscreen thing has got to be different because, like, on the beach or like in the pool, you spray sunscreen. You're really not having, unless you roll around like a dog on the beach, you aren't going to really have to worry about it sticking to you.
That's very true.
But here, there's so much soot. Isn't that water? And everything else. Is that what the grit came into play, or was it just I'm just more curious about the grittiness of sunscreen.
Well, haven't you ever, you put on sunscreen and it just kind of feels disgusting afterwards. It's kind of like that. Where you
I don't wear sunscreen that often.
Oh, really? Well, you should wear sunscreen. I mean, I
this
can't
isn't about me.
Okay, sorry. No, definitely after a while, I think just like you've been in the water and you just feel kind of gross and gritty from that. And then the sunscreen has just kind of stuck to you at this point. At this point, you have layers and layers of sunscreen on you and you're still burnt. Like, it's inevitable. You're still burnt. And so I think by the end of it, you just feel kind of gross and ready to take a shower.
That's fair. Now, I got to ask you this. I missed this part. I called from the raft as we bounced and bounded over the waves toward an apprehensive kayaker.
Yes.
Define apprehensive in this situation.
I think viewing the raft bounding toward them kind of raised an eyebrow a little bit and looked a little concerned.
Oh my God.
So,
Were they a Karen kayaker?
No, they were very nice about it. They got out of the way really fast, and so that was nice.
They're smart.
No, very smart, very smart. But everyone, that's what I'm saying. Everyone on the river is in a weirdly good mood, and so that's really helps too.
Do you ever do the beach at all?
Sometimes, yeah, whenever possible.
Like, is it kind of like a beach bum vibe on the river?
Yeah, it's very similar where people are just kind of like lounging. People are having a really nice time. Everyone's in a good mood to get out and do something different like this. And so I think, generally speaking, yes, you get kind of tired by the end of it, but like everybody's in a really good mood and a good mindset, and it leads to a really fun time. So
is the bus smelly?
The bus smells. Yeah, it doesn't smell good. Everybody's just ready to get in the river.
If there was a way that I could Uber down to the location,
I bet you could do that.
Like anyone,
I bet there's a way.
Someone does all the hard work, the raft's there, and then here I come in an Uber.
I bet you could absolutely make that happen.
Now, anyone willing to put up with that crap would probably not be found, but that's okay. So, okay, you're done. You're done floating.
Yep.
And get on the bus. Or get in your car.
Yep,
because the
ready to
car's
go.
there.
Yeah, it's
you go back to the
confusing,
cabin.
but
Yeah,
go
it
back to
is
the
very
cabin, take a
confusing. Thank you for
shower.
understanding
No,
that
I get it.
concern. You go back to the. What did you do that night?
That night was everyone was exhausted, right?
So seriously, that's nothing.
That's pretty much nothing. We sat, we played some games, and everybody, we ordered pizza, and everybody was just kind of tired. We watched Step Up 2. So we watched that. So that was interesting instead.
Is that 2009?
Yeah, something like that. So we watched a horror film the first night, and the second night we watched something a little bit more low key. So it was
Were
very
people
fun.
still drunk?
People couldn't, you can definitely get drunk if you want to, and
No,
just
I
ride
mean,
it
but
out,
when you
but-
got home, were people still inebriated from the float trip?
Luckily, we had kind of settled down by then because we had eaten and that kind of thing, which is good. But people, as soon as we got back, people were cracking open more to drink, so it's part of the game.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Hey,
that couldn't be me.
Question though for you.
Let's hear it.
What is the smoking policy on these float trips? Do you got some people just rolling some pearls and going down the river? Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the policy is, but that didn't stop anybody. So.
See, I'd be nervous as hell because
Yeah.
the conservation police are no one to mess with, and
No,
I'm sure
that's
they're
real.
the ones that kind of patrol that.
Absolutely. No, I think I would have been too nervous to
I'm
try
asking
it.
for a friend.
No, I get it. I think I would have been too nervous to try it, but people were, living it up on the river. And so, you know
Okay.
what? It's power to you.
VillageDispo.com. All righty. So you have to get out of your own routine every now and then and try something new. Is
Yeah.
that the reasoning for this?
Pretty much, yeah. We just wanted to get out. I think it's so easy in the day-to-day to just get, busy and overwhelmed. And so being able to do like a little trip, like just a weekend trip like this with my friends and do something a little bit different was just a really fun time and a good reminder that like world is bigger than like
Yeah.
your day-to-day, right?
Well, you and I have, especially in our industry,
Yeah.
because it has to be such a routine job.
Absolutely,
Like
yeah.
if you get out of your routine by 20 minutes, it throws literally the entire week off.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, I mean, it's got to feel good to know, hey, I just can go be myself for a couple of days and forget about it all.
For sure, yeah.
That's
it was a really
cool.
fun chance just to get out and get some sun and do something a little bit different.
When
than
the
usual.
sunburn go away?
So we're still waiting. It's still on my. It's okay. We're getting through. It's becoming kind of a tan now, so that's nice. That's nice. Got a little glow going on.
A little bit of a glow.
We're getting through. We're surviving. It's okay.
What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, nothing,
Good
which
for you.
sounds good to me. Yeah.
And what are you writing about next week?
Well, all kinds of things. So again, we're just in a really busy time of year
Yes,
right
we
now,
are.
which is exciting. So things are coming down the pipeline. We got a couple of articles coming down about, I'm sure, about the powerboat races and the MRF coming in this weekend. The traffic that's happening this weekend too. We got an article coming about that one, which will be interesting. So to each people anyone who's out there this weekend doing, having fun, staying safe, have a good time though. It sounds like it's going to be great.
All I said was I told you so. Do not park your car down here or think you're going to find a spot. Yeah. I just want to tell you that now. I told that. I said, why are you Uber?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Or get a carpool and have someone that doesn't want to go drop you off because it's not going to be for the people that think they can drive off of this.
No, I can see thousands of cars down here this weekend, so definitely be safe if you're going and have a good time.
Are the bridge lights on?
I don't know. I didn't look yet. We'll
have to
see.
find out. 9:48, a little bit of change. Sydney, as always, great talking to you.
Great time.
Before we take a quick little pause here, let me fill you in on beep, boop, beep, boop. Denise Sparks. There we go. Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. Those purple, yellow trash cans popping up and mating actively like bunny rabbits. They're just all over the place. Yeah, it's funny. All week I've been doing that same line, and everyone's gone, those are the cans. Like, everyone sees those purple and yellow trash cans. But for 30 years, Denise Sparks, folks, was the queen of junk, and she kicked butt and took names all over St. Louis and demos. And let's be honest, being a woman in the trash industry and junk removal is a whole different ball game, and she did it just elegantly, and she became the best at what she does because of her hard work, determination, and she don't take no for an answer. She called me a year ago and said, I'm going to start trash pickup because the big boys are just not doing their job. I said, you could do it, and boy, did she ever. She's all over the region. Bethalto, Brighton, Cottage Hills, Morrow, Piasaw, Grafton, oh man, it just goes on and on and on. SparksJunkRemoval.net. Sign up for Denise Sparks' services. My parents did. They haven't looked back, and neither will you. At SparksJunkRemoval.net and reclaim your space today.